Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhvi Matre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. I hope all of you are doing well at home and at the same time you are studying also. We are studying chapter number 2, Real Numbers, and in that we have completed these topics: properties of rational numbers, properties of irrational numbers. And in the previous lecture we have started with surds. Okay, in that we have learnt about the definition of surd, and we have seen that surd is nothing but the irrational root. Then we have learnt about similar surds or like surds. That means the surds in which the irrational factor is same, and in that irrational factor also the order of that irrational factor and the radicand also must be equal. Then the surds are said to be like surds, that we have seen. Now we are moving towards the next topic, that is comparison of quadratic surds. I told you in the beginning only that we are going to study only quadratic surds. That means surds with order 2. We are not going to study the surds of higher orders. Okay, in the previous syllabus the surds with higher orders were there, but afterwards that particular part is removed from the syllabus and the things are made more easier for you. So you are going to you are going to study only quadratic surds. That means surds with order 2, operations on that, and then rationalization, all these factors we are going to see only about quadratic surds. That is why everywhere you find the word quadratic. Quadratic means the order 2. Okay, so now let us go towards the next topic, that is comparison of quadratic surds. Okay, so now here we will try to understand how to compare the surds. So first of all, for this we will see the theoretical part. Okay, so what is done here is, if a and b are two positive real numbers and the condition is that a is less than b, that means a is smaller and b is bigger. Now this is inequality and we can multiply by positive number to both the sides of the inequality. This we have seen. If we multiply by the positive number, then this middle sign does not change. So here both the places we are multiplying by a. So here a into a is less than b into a. So a into a is going to become a square and b into a is going to become ab. Number these as 1. Similarly, if we multiply both the sides by b, like this it is multiplied. So here b into a is going to become ab and b into b is going to become b square. So we can get this relationship also, that ab is less than b square. So this is first inequality, a square is less than ab, and here ab is less than b square. So second one. Now when we have studied the order relationship, that time we have studied that if first number is less than second and second is less than third, then obviously the first number is less than third one. So from these two we can write that a square is less than b square. So from 1 and 2 we can write this. So this property we are going to use here, that if a is less than b, then obviously a square is less than b square. Okay, so by using this property we are going to compare surds. Now the second thing here, the second possibility, that a is greater than b, then we can say that a square is greater than b square. And if a is equal to b, then a square is equal to b square. And here the third possibility, if a is less than b, then a square is less than b square. Okay, so here if we square the inequality, then also the relationship remains the same. That you have to keep in mind. Now this property we are going to use for the comparison of the surds. Now let us see the solved examples from the textbook. So all of you can see in textbook, this explanation also is given in textbook. Okay, so what you have to keep in mind is, that the inequality remains the same if we square both the sides. That means if first number is greater than the second one, then the square of first number is greater than second one. If two numbers are equal, then their squares are also equal. And third thing, if the second number is greater than the first number, then the square of second number is greater than the square of first number. Okay. So squaring doesn't make the change here. That is important. Okay. So let us see the solved examples now. So first example here is 6 root 2 and 5 root 5. Okay. So here you can observe that the irrational part is different. See, every surd contains two parts. First is rational part and second is irrational part. So here what we can observe is the irrational part is different. That is why we cannot compare it directly. First of all, we have to square it, or we have to convert it to the root. Why? Because if the order is same, then and then only we can compare two surds. Also, those surds, they should be in the pure form. This is mixed form or simplest form. But we want pure form. That means what? We want only this square root sign. So this rational part we need to take inside. Okay. So there are two different methods to compare it. You can use any method. So let us see the first method here. See, this 6 I can represent as root 36. While taking into this root sign, we have to square this number. 6 square is 36. Then immediately you can see root 36 is equal to 6. So this 6 is represented as root 36, and then here into symbol is present always. 6 root 2 means what? 6 into root 2. So root 36 into root 2. And on the second side also, this 5 is converted to root 25 into this root 5 as it is. Now when the order of the surd is same, that time we can multiply the radicands here. Okay, here also we can multiply. So we can write it like this. 36 into 2 we can write as 72. Okay, so root sign is there. So it is root 72. Similarly, root 25 into root 5 is root 125. 25 5s are 125. Now see, they are converted to pure form. Okay, it is not a mixed one, or it is not in the simplest form. So now we can observe that the order is same both the places. It is 2. So such surds, they are called as what? Quadratic surds. Surds with order 2. Now since the order is same, we can compare the radicands. Here it is 72, here it is 125. So we can say that 125 is greater than 72, or you can write down 72 is less than 125, and therefore here the same order continues for the original surds. Therefore we can write down that 6 root 2, that means the first surd is less than the second surd. Okay, so the less than symbol appears here. This is first method, that you convert it to the root and then you compare. Now one more method is there. In that method, instead of converting to roots, we are going to square these surds. Okay, so we are going to square these both surds, because we have seen the property just now that if we square it, then also the order remains same. So left hand side here is taken as 6 root 2, the whole square, and here in between the empty box is written so that we can compare it. And here on right hand side of that box is the other surd is written, that is 5 root 5, and you have to square it. Don't forget it to write in brackets. If you are not writing in brackets, then the meaning changes. Here we are squaring both the parts, rational as well as irrational. Okay, so here 6 square is going to be 36 and root 2 square is 2. So 36 into 2 we are going to get 72 here, and here 5 square is 25 and root 5 square is 5. So 25 into 5 is 125. And then easily we can compare that 72 is less than 125 That is why the first third is less than the second one. Here, while writing the answer, you are going to write down the original pair. Okay. So this way, either you can use this method or you can use this method. Many of the students, they will feel that the second method is more easier. So it's your choice. Okay. Totally your choice. You can use either this method or this method. Got it? Now, let us go towards the next solved example. Second one, 8 root 3 and root 192. Now, these also you can solve by both the methods, but in textbook only one method is shown. Of course, you can use the second method also of squaring these both the sides. So, in the first method, now what you can find is this is already in pure form. It is not in simplest form. So, only we need to convert this. 8 root 3 we need to convert. Okay. So, this 8 root 3 we can write as root 64 into root 3 because 8 square is 64. So, 8 we can write as root 64 and into root 3 as it is. And since it is in pure form only, we are going to write it as it is. Now multiply 64 into 3. You are going to get 192 again. Okay, so here also you have 192 on left hand side and here also you have 192. Since their order is same, we can compare the radicands. So here 192 is equal to 192. Therefore, root 192 is also equal to root 192. And from this we can say that these two surds, they are equal. Okay, even though when we see them like this originally, then we cannot determine whether they are equal or what. But when we solve it like this, then we can say that these both the surds are equal. Now you can use the second method also. You have to square this. So you will get 192 and when you will square this again you will get 192. And then you can compare 192 is equal to 192. Therefore both the surds are equal. Okay. So second method also you can use. Now let us move towards the third solved example here. 7 root 2 and 5 root 3. Now see they are in the form of mixed or they are in simplest form. So let us convert them to pure form. So this 7 I can write as root 49 and into root 2. 5 I can write as root 25 and into root 3. Okay, so my next step is like this. So this rational part I am converting to irrational one. So root 49 into 2 you will get root 98 here. And here 25 into 3 you will get root 75 here. Okay. Now see, since the order is same, you can compare the radicands. What we can say, 98 is greater than 75. Therefore, here the first third is greater than the second one. Okay. If you want, you can add one extra that therefore root 98 is greater than root 75. But already it is written once here, so there is no need to write. Since we are getting this symbol of greater than, the same symbol we can use for original pair. We can say that the first third is greater than second third or 7 root 2 is greater than 5 root 3. Simply by observing, we cannot say that which third is greater and which third is smaller. But when we solve it like this, that time we can easily compare them. Now you can solve this by second method also. Instead of writing into roots, we are going to write square on both the sides. So we can write it like this, 7 root 2 the whole square. And in between we have empty box so that we can compare it. And on right hand side we have 5 root 3 the whole square. So 7 square is 49 and root 2 square is 2. So 49 into 2 you are going to get 98 here. And here 5 square is 25 and root 3 square is 3. So 25 into 3 is 75. So 98 and 75. We can easily compare. 98 is greater than 75. Therefore, the first third is greater than the second one. That means greater than symbol is going to appear here in the empty box or in the comparison box. So we can say that 7 root 2 is greater than 5 root 3. Okay. So as I have said, you can choose any of the method. It is totally your choice. Okay. While writing the answer, first you should copy down the question and then you should start with the next steps. Okay. Now let's go further. Now we are going to study about operations on like surds. That means we are going to see addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now here all these operations, they can be done on like surds. In that, for addition and subtraction, like surds are compulsory. We cannot add or subtract unlike surds. But multiplication and division is possible in case of unlike surds. Take a note of this. For multiplication and division, here we can only observe the order. Here, if order is same, then we can multiply or divide. But for addition and subtraction, only order is not important. We have to see radicand also. That means compulsory the surd should be like surd. Okay. So these operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. You know that algebra is all about these operations and the signs. Then we can do these operations here on the like surds. Now let us see various examples here and try to understand how to do these operations. So first example here, simplify. Always the heading will be simplify. 7 root 3 plus 29 root 3. Now see, these two are like surds. I told you that while deciding whether the surds are like or not, you have to only observe the irrational part. Don't see the rational part. Like 2x plus 3x, you can write 5x. So similarly here 7 root 3 and 29 root 3. So here root 3 and root 3, the irrational part is exactly same. That is why we can say that these two are like surds. Now while adding this, we are going to add only rational part, as I gave the example 3x plus 2x 5x. Similarly here also we are going to add only the rational part, that means 7 plus 29 we have to add, and root 3 we are writing outside. We are taking out common. Similarly you can observe that root 3 is common here, and inside the bracket the remaining part, that means 7 plus 29, the rational part is written. So here root 3 and root 3 we are not going to add, as we are doing for 2x and 3x. We are not writing it as 5x square, or we are not writing it as 5 into 2x. Only x we are writing. Similarly here root 3 you have to take out common and write outside. So 7 plus 29 is 36, root 3 is your answer. If here root 3 is there and here root 2 is there, then it is not possible for us to add because they are not like surds. So for addition and subtraction, it is compulsory that the surds should be like. Then and then only we can add the rational part, and we can write down the irrational part just beside it only once. Got it? Let us see the next example. Second one, simplify. 7 root 3 minus 29 root 3. See, the same pair is taken. Again here you can see that the irrational part is exactly similar. So we can say that these two are like surds. So the steps will be similar. Only in place of plus sign we will be having minus sign. So 7 minus 29, and outside the bracket we have root 3. So 7 minus 29 is minus 22. When the signs are opposite, we are subtracting the numbers, and then while writing the answer, we give the sign of bigger number. So here 29 is bigger, that is why minus sign is appeared. And therefore the answer is minus 22 root 3. Okay, so in this way, we can add or subtract the like surds. Got it? Now let's go further to see more examples. Example 3, simplify. Now this is little bigger. 13 root 8 plus 1 upon 2 or half root 8 minus 5 root 8. So here we have 3 surds. And as I have said that to decide whether they are equal or what, we have to observe the irrational part. So what we can observe here is the irrational part is exactly same. So these are like surds. Okay. So now while writing the answer, we can take the rational part together in bracket and outside we can write down the irrational part. Okay. So see this one, you can write it like this. Here we have 13 plus 1 upon 2 minus 5 means all the rational parts are taken together in bracket and outside root 8 is taken out common. Now here when we add or subtract fractions, that time it is compulsory that their denominator should be equal. Then and then only we can add or subtract. So here we have denominator 2, but here we don't have. We want that 2 here. Here also we want that 2. So here we are going to multiply and divide by 2 both the places. Or simply you use the term cross multiply. Okay, this term you are using generally cross multiply. So here I want 2 as denominator. So I'm going to multiply both the places. So 13 2s are 26. Here, since 2 is present in denominator, I am not going to multiply. So here 1 is written as it is. Then here minus 5 into 2 is minus 10. And to all these, common denominator is written 2. That means 2 is denominator for these also, for these also, and for these also. How you can observe it? See, 26 divided by 2, 13 you are going to get. 1 divided by 2, 1 upon 2. And here minus 10 divided by 2, minus 5. Okay, that means original numbers, they do not change. We are multiplying both the places in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay, now see, easily now we can add them. 26 plus 1 is 27 and 27 minus 10 is 17. So our answer is 17 upon 2 and root 8. But see, this root 8 we can simplify further. Root 8 is not in the simplest form. Root 8 we can write as root 4 into 2. Always think about the factors so that one factor should be a perfect square. So root 8 we can write as root 4 into 2 and then this we can express as 2 root 2. So root 8 can be written in the simplest form as 2 root 2 and then these 2 in the denominator and these 2 in the numerator, they are going to get cancelled and our answer is 17 root 2. Got it? So this is called as simplification and always you will get the same heading, simplify the following. That means all these surds are given in the mixed form or they may be in the pure form sometimes. And then you need to simplify them and you have to get the simplest answer. Okay. Let us go further towards the next solved example. Fourth one. Simplify. 8 root 5 plus root 20 minus root 125. Now see this 8 root 5 is in the simplest form. But these two, root 20 and root 125, they are not in the simplest form. That is why here we can observe that presently they are not like surds. In the present form, we cannot say that they are like surds. First of all, we have to express these two surds in the simplest form. So think of factors of 20 so that one factor should be a perfect square. So 20 we can express as 4 into 5. Okay, or simply you have to take help of this irrational part that here we have root 5. So here also both the places we should get root 5 then and then only we can add or subtract. So always divide by 5 here. So 20 if you divide by 5 you are going to get 4 which is a perfect square. So 20 we can express as 4 into 5. Similarly 125 if we divide by 5 we get 25 and 25 is a perfect square which is our condition that we should factorize them in such a way that one factor should be a perfect square. So these two we will write it like these. Okay, 8 root 5 in simplest form written as it is. 20 is factorized and written as 4 into 5, and 125 is written as 25 into 5. Of course, square root sign is going to be there. Now you can separate this. This is what root 4 into root 5, and this is root 25 into root 5. So root 4 is nothing but 2 and root 25 is nothing but what, 5. So this we can write it like this. 8 root 5 as it is. This is plus 2 root 5. See, 4 we have written as 2. The 4 which was inside the radicand sign, we have written the square root of that. And for 5 we have written as it is. Similarly, this minus sign here, and for root 25 we have written 5 and root 5 as it is. Now observe these surds. They are in simplest form, and when we observe this irrational part, we can say that these three are like surds. Okay, so it is possible for us now to take out this root 5 common and all the rational numbers in bracket. So we can write it like this: 8 plus 2 minus 5, and outside the bracket root 5. Okay, so 8 plus 2 is 10 and 10 minus 5 is 5. So our answer is 5 root 5. So in this way we have simplified this particular question. Now let us move towards the next example. So in the previous examples, we have seen addition and subtraction and the mixed sums. Now here we have multiplication. Okay. So here we have root 7 and here we have root 42. Now here, as I have said, for multiplication, it is not compulsory that the surds should be equal. Only their order should be same. So while multiplying directly also you can multiply the radicands, or you can first simplify and then also you can multiply. Okay, but the condition is what, we should have one factor as a perfect square. So here we are going to multiply it directly because 7 is prime number and 42 we cannot express in the form of perfect square. That is why directly we are going to multiply the radicands by taking them under the same sign. Now inside here 42 you can factorize at 7 into 6. Why 7 into 6? Because here 1 7 is present. You know that if we get a perfect square here, then we can take it out. So 7 into 7 is 49. That is perfect square of 7. Or 2 times when the pair comes, we can take it outside as a single number. So that is 7 root 6. It's a perfect square, so taken out, and root 6 as it is. So in this way we can simplify. Okay, there are two methods. Either you can directly multiply the radicands and then you factorize, or in the first case, if possible, you can first express into simplest form and then you can multiply. So both the things will do. Let us see one more example here. Now this is example of division. Divide the surds root 125 divided by root 5. Now see, they are again not like surds, but still we can divide. Why? Because their order is same. So here when we divide, we can write them in the form of first number divided by the second number. So first number is numerator and second number is denominator. Now in the next step, you have to write them under the same sign. Here you cannot cancel. Please take a note that here cancellation is not possible. You cannot divide 125 by 5 at this stage. But here when you are taking under the same sign, you can divide now. 125 when you divide by 5, you are going to get 25. Okay, but under root 25. So here this 25 is a perfect square which we can write as 5. So what we observed here is, in case of addition and subtraction, we are getting irrational number itself. But in case of multiplication and division, sometimes we can get irrational numbers and sometimes we can get rational number also. But in addition and subtraction, strictly we are going to get irrational number. But that rule is not applicable to multiplication and division. Here it is possible that The multiplication or division of two surds might be a rational number. Compulsorily, it is not an irrational number. Okay. So this you have to keep in mind. One more example is given of multiplication. Root 50 into root 18. So here, first of all, they are expressed in the simplest form, because 50 we can write as 25 into 2, which is a perfect square, and 18 we can write as 9 into 2, and 9 is a perfect square. So when we express it in the simplest form, we can write this as 5 root 2, and this we can write as 3 root 2. So 5 into 3 is 15, and root 2 into 2 is 2. So 15 into 2, 30 is the answer. Okay. So see here, in case of division and multiplication also, we got a rational number. And here we got irrational. But in addition and subtraction, strictly we are getting irrational answer only. Okay. So this you have to keep in mind. Now in the next lecture, we will see the next topic, that is rationalization of surds, which is an important topic. And then we will go towards next practice set. Okay. So students, today I am stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you, students.